because you come from a Hispanic background.
Yeah, they'll make me watch anything.
No, but like, did you grow up with any particular Spanish like show or cartoon or?
Sometimes.
Did you watch SpongeBob and?
No, but I'd visit my family and they would be like the same American cartoons, but in Spanish.
Oh.
So like
Pantalones.
There would be like
How do you say SpongeBob SquarePants in Spanish?
Bob Esponja.
But like the pantalones part, the square pants. SpongeBob SquarePants.
I just remember Bob in Spoja. Oh my God! Why can't I say it? Bob in Esponja? Yeah.
Bob Esponja.
That's how they called it. I went to like my family in Colombia, like when they were like they'd have like little nephews or like little cousins, and they would say, I watched Bob Esponja. I'm like, oh, that's great. And so what's Bob Esponja? And then you're like, boom, it's like Spanish but SpongeBob.
It's interesting because where I grew up in Macedonia, they dubbed all the cartoons, and they were dubbed by TV actors that weren't necessarily gifted in singing. And so, first of all, like they would dub even the theme song on top of that. Like,
really?
Yeah, they would dub the theme song.
Why?
And it would sound off pitch. And it was like these weird dubs, which I'm sure you've heard in your life. It's like you can hear the English a little bit. It's kind of like volume down just so they can use the sound effects.
I think they do the same thing in like Spanish-speaking countries.
They put the dubs on top of that. Like some real shows that do dubs really well, they have sound effects and everything separate. And you can, like, if you pull up Netflix and what was the pretty much any show, but La Casa de Papel, Money Heist. You seen that one?
My parents recently saw that.
It's dubbed because it's in Spanish. It's dubbed in English really well. You almost cannot recognize.
Yes,
you feel like
I heard that.
Like even the voices are kind of matched up because they're doing really serious work. But what these people would do, they would dub SpongeBob SquarePants, and it's just a rough
it's lazy.
dub. So that it's kind of lazy. It's kind of like let's do this so that we can sell it. Come on, we need it fast. Let's do this so we can sell it. And so, Sungerod Bob Pantalonovsky. That's how it sounds. It's weird. It's not everything's meant to be translated, but they've made something out of it. And so the theme song goes SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, dubbed version. Sungerod Bob Pantalonovsky, Sungerod Bob Pant. It doesn't really make sense with the song, and it's off pitch.
It sounds horrible.
But as a kid, you're watching it, and I remember my mom used to cringe because she's musically, she's in the music industry business. She's a musician, and she had the ear, she can. And when something's off pitch, she's like, "How do you watch this?" And I was, I guess, too young to mind stuff like that.
Maybe that's what they were thinking. They're too young; they won't care. But I just, would you say like it's like in a Czechoslovakian accent? Like what kind of accent is that?
What? Which one?
You said it in Macedonia, right?
I did, yes.
Because it used to be Czechoslovakian, right?
Well, it was a Slavic language. Like, it was a Slavic group of languages.
So like,
and we're
in a Slavic accent.
Well, it's not a Slavic accent. It's literally translated in Macedonian.
Oh, okay.
It's not an accent.
That's just weird.
Because it's Sungerod Bob Pantalonovsky, and you know what pantalona is
because
it's the same in Spanish.
It's pants.
But pants is also pantalone in
That's crazy, dude.
It is.
It just doesn't... I mean, I guess I'm just not used to it. Maybe you're used to it and it just feels good.
After... When you have seen something for so many times...
It's your normal.
It's your normal.
Yeah.
Like, even think about films. Yeah. Back in the day, I was just watching some history of how films were invented, how movies were invented. And I think they were going to be invented either way. Like, with radio and everything coming up, I think they were going to get invented. But they were invented by an accident, by this guy named Edward Muybridge. And it was because it was a horse bet. And
yes.
Do you remember that? Do you know that?
No,
it was about
Professor Dennis Strauss taught me that in the communication history class.
The town, someone from the town where he was in, the town council president or something. He thought he had a bet with someone else that when a horse runs, the feet never go up or do go up.
Never hit the ground.
Never hit the ground. Yeah, yes. And the town council president or whatever, he was betting that they would. Like at a certain point, all of the feet from the horse would be up in the air.
Yeah.
And so what he did is he set up, Edward Muybridge set up 12 cameras, and he set them up so that they go off automatically, like on a tripwire, and that's how they found out if he was right or wrong. He wanted to bet, but then when they put them all together, like when they put them one next to the other, they got the same thing that people would get in the little textbook thing, like when you're like, you know, when you were drawing as
like
a little
sticky,
like a flip, the sticky man, they would get the same thing, and that's where it started, like kind of like by accident.
That is really cool.
What was I saying before that? Where I was going? Oh, okay. So yes, that was weird. You know,
That was weird.
That was your brain isn't adjusted to that. But then it became like you add color and sound, sync sound, and all of this and that, and you have what you have today.
We're spoiled.
And well, so that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's weird, but after a while, you get adjusted to it, and it's interesting. And you just look, Little Einsteins.
Yeah, little. That's past my childhood. I mean, I feel like it's my brother's childhood. Little brother.
It was my childhood. I don't remember how old I was.
You know, I think it could have been. I remember kids singing that.
I was intense. If you have never seen it, you've seen it or you haven't.
I know it. I think I've seen one episode.
So their thing was, anytime they would get in the rocket ship that they had, they would have to start the rocket, and there was a process, and it was kind of like an interactive thing where they did an interactive thing with the TV, and there was so now place your hands in front of you, and if you're a child you just do that. Okay, tap your knees, tap 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 tap, and so they're trying to start the rocket.
This rocket ain't starting itself. You better tap faster. God dang it!
That's what they did. Tap 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 tap. Come on, and you see me as a little kid just kind of like, come on, start.
Your mom just walks in the room like, what the heck is going on?
But then as I grew older, it kind of became stupid. You know, I was like, why would I do that? I know that I've seen this. My mom or my dad pre-recorded this. I've seen this. I know it's going to start. Why should and I just kind of stopped doing that.
Audience participation, you know? Like Dora, you know?
Oh, I've never seen Dora.
No. Really?
No, I never grew up with Dora.
How about Blue's Clues?
I know what it is. I know about all of them, but it wasn't like... When I think about my childhood, I don't think about Dora.
Popularized. It wasn't that popularized in Macedonia?
I wouldn't... No.
No? Okay.
Nor was it popular in that part of Europe, at least.
It definitely was popular in the United States, everywhere.
I know.
Dude, it was crazy.
The reason why I know about Dora and like the theme song and what's it about and all that is because it's like from YouTube. And now when I grew older, popular culture.
You know... I feel like Dora just came in like as a result of, I don't know this for a fact, but I would make sense of adding kids learn Spanish in elementary school. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you come home from school, get some cereal, and like you keep learning Spanish in school. I mean, in at home now. So like Dora is your teacher now with your friend Boots. So like great.
Is that how you learn Spanish?
No, my parents taught me Spanish, but. For, an average Joe, that was like, thanks, Dora, you taught me Spanish. Where am I now?
Is that the goal of the show, to teach people
just basic Spanish? And if you learn it, good for you. Some people just like want it for entertainment for their kids.
But is she only speaking
English and Spanish?
Oh, really? Both?
Yeah, English and Spanish.
Oh, look at commercial use.
Yeah, right?
They've been hitting the right audience from the beginning. Yeah. That was their intent.
It's, an explorer.